Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on, guys? It is another one of your favorite episodes of Mining After Dark with your favorite host here, Nemesis. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sorry to say that Mikhail may or may not be here tonight, weather permitting. Exactly what I say. He's got tornado sirens going off all around him, so hopefully this little bad cell that's kind of passing by him, he's all good, and it just kind of calms down. Chitlins are all good, all that stuff. And then he might come on a little bit later on. But until then, he's got a few kids there of his, and, a little tornado siren, and I'm sure they're freaking out and stuff, so... be safe, Mikhail. Hopefully there's no tornadoes out there. Hopefully it's just a whole lot of noise for nothing other than people overreacting. I'm just gonna hope, but, hopefully he is safe. So how are all of you awesome people? We got the Kraken with the FA. What's up? What's going on, Cryptology? Dropping the FA. MC. What's up? What's up? We got Jason the Tiger Osborne. Yo. What's going on, Bidell? What's going on, my man? I hope you're staying busy in your neck of the woods. What's going on, Sonia? And Golden Wolf. Yo. Oh. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I hope he stays safe and all that good stuff. I was just chit-chatting with him right before going live here. So, yeah, hopefully he's all good. He was sitting there chit-chatting with me saying that his air sirens were going off. I would play it, but then YouTube thinks that that's part of a song and it's copyrighted somehow, that they've copyrighted air raid sirens. It's the most funniest thing. I didn't know you can copyright that, so... Oh, man. I don't know if he's got the equipment for it. To be able to... Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if he's got good enough audio equipment to actually be able to record a fresh copy of air raid sirens. But I'll find some new ones. This way I can actually hit the button. Yeah. So I hope everybody's doing good. What's going on, an aggregated guy? What up? Dropping that F. So, I took a little bit of guff whenever I started talking about the title of today's video, guys. So let's just dig right on into it, guys. If you are easily offended by people not with your viewpoints, this one might not be for you, because I have been vindicated. Yes, I had one person that got bent out of shape whenever I started talking shit about the what? 3090 Ti, guys. So it looks like I have been vindicated. So for, it doesn't matter what the price spread is between the 3090 and the 3090 Ti. $100 for 5% more uptick is not worth it in any way, shape, or form. So they basically have extra binned GPU. The VGA cores are the same basically as the regular 3090, so it's really nothing special there. What they did change on there was the memory modules. Was it enough of a performance bump to account for, depending on which kind of 3090 you're looking at? You can be looking at, 17, 1800, 19, I think. I'm not even sure where they would be at, because I know what I've been paying for my 3090s. So let's see what a 3090 Ti is actually going for right now. What is it going for? So you're looking at, okay, so $2,000. Okay, so $2,000 for the 3090, right? Why is it pulling up the 3090s like that? Let's see. Let's see here. FE. You know, the FE is always going to be your bottom. Let's see here. And I'm kind of just cruising along. So it looks like the 3090 Ti, you're looking at right around 2Gs, which is kind of a slap to anybody who paid for a 3080 Ti, because the 3090 Ti just came out for the same fucking price. That's the only that I'll say I'm a little salty on that one, because my 3090 Ti was $2,000, and I can get a 3080 Ti for $2,000, plus I had to get the EK water block for it. You know, but at the same time, is it worth spending in an additional $2,000 when you can? Let's see here. So that's the 3080 Ti. So 2400. Let's see here. Newegg, MSI from Newegg. You can get them for, right, making sure that it is a Ti. $19.99. Let's see here, and then 30, just a regular 3090. Then, you know, how much could I get that for now? The same one, $17.29. So you're looking for the same card, a 3090 versus the Ti and the MSI, GeForce. Yeah, this is nothing special. It's just their standard. Yeah, so $17.29. So you're looking at a $200 spread. Okay, 5% performance in video games. Am I gonna cry that that I have a 3090 versus a Ti? No. It's just, if I could find the 3090 Ti's maybe down the road at the same price as a non-Ti, okay, but it still looks like the non-Ti has the value proposition. If anybody's had watched, whose was it? It was Son of a Tech. So he had realized that it was the same hash rate, basically, at utilizing more power, because these things are still going to get hot, guys. You still got to dissipate all the heat coming off of this bad boy. Yeah, it's a little better. In certain cases, you'll find that, and it's with any of them that are binned, you'll find ones that'll perform a little bit better than others, but you also got to keep them more into a climate controlled environment. So now you're spending power. You might not think of it if you only got one, but if you got an AC in your room and you're mining on, and you're like, dude, I'm getting all this great performance on my 3090 Ti, and you're not thinking, hey, I've got one, and I've got my AC here. So you've got an environmental factor that's more favorable. But if you try to start building up on there, like I have issues with the 3090s in general, where they get hot, they get warm, and you'll have rigs randomly turning on and off on you. I've been fighting one all day because it's hot as fuck outside right now. I've been pulling power off of this rig like crazy, trying to get the anything I can to get temps down. I think I know which card it is that's giving me my problem. I've just been playing around with it the last couple hours, but even with my EVGA XE3, man, I fucking hate this thing. This 3090 sucks. Cooler's too fucking small. It's in the mining room. It is not happy. I'm thinking I might have to pull that one card off and bring it out here into the AC, and I bet you it'll start running fine, and I can bring one of the cards that I have out here that I know runs fine, even if it's hot. It can go in there, play a little swap-a-roo on there, and I think I'll have everything sorted out. But it's a pain in the fucking ass that I'm gonna have to go through 13090 is not being happy in there. I've got everything in the Octominer. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of hash rate. Random hair. I don't know if it's on my glasses. But I don't know if it's what's going on with this 13090 that's just not happy. And every time it gets hot, its rig just starts flicking on and off. Boom, 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 boom. So, and it's always that one card. It's like, oh, you bastard. Which fine. I'll just I'll deal with it. But it just sucks that I have to deal with this. Just because EVGA put too small of a cooler on there. But with the 3090 Ti's though, unless you're getting one of the top end ones, which you're going to end up spending a little bit more on that, unless you can, happen to find a deal on them. Which, if you find a deal on them and you want to jump on it, more power to you. But I personally do not see enough value proposition for what you're about to pay for on those. I got a killer deal for used 3090s that I have, which that gave it more value proposition even yet. But the 3090 Ti doesn't have enough there, especially if you're gonna. It looks like the price swing is $2,000 and up. So, is it worth me going down and making a whole rig on there, or telling somebody, hey, this is a good card? No, because you're fucking using more power to get virtually the same amount of hash rate. Yeah. You might find a lottery winner, but how much you want to spend for a lottery winner versus the 3090s, you know what you're getting right out the gate, and if you can get them for cheap, $1,600 a pop, go for it. Would I be telling people to be building out rigs right now? Building out rigs right now is probably something that I wouldn't hold. I built rigs out in bear markets. It depends on how you want to look at it. Like checking on my one rig, guys, because like I said, I have been arguing with it, and I've been having issues with interfacing with browsers at times. So I'm having to check it between multiple browsers. Yay! If anybody's having issues with logging into Hive, sometimes firing up a different browser, and then there are a couple of other access points to it, routes you through different routers in the world. Yes, Golden. The 3070 with EVGA XE3 would be pretty good with the smaller cooler, because you're not dealing with as much wattage being used. Yeah, the amount of wattage that you're going to be utilizing through that cooler becomes. I understand it now. I'm probably gonna do, because of how much this rig has been giving me crap today, I'm gonna go ahead and probably do a video probably tomorrow with my copper plates. I think because of how this thing is reacting, I finally got my other thermal paste in, so that I've got enough to be able to run with this. And we'll see how much performance I can get back with this. Yeah, because there's got to be something that can be done, because that would almost render this card, if you if you were to sit there and you had this 3090 FE, I mean, not FEM, XE3, and you had it in a small form factor case because you found one that it would fit in, and you don't run AC ever, bro, this card would cook itself. Because, like, yeah, it's warm in there in the mining room, guys, but everything else is mining fine. It's just the one 3090, and I can't, it's like, and I can't imagine what it would be like for the TI. If I had a TI variation with an inadequate cooler on there, how badly would I be fighting that thing right now? You really can't, Jason. I mean, okay, can't's a strong word. You can't. Not recommended. Because you're gonna create a lot of condensation. So you have to build a waterproof PC. There's no two ways about it. It's the same problem you have with playing around with liquid nitrogen, because you're getting stuff so cold, you're freezing the moisture clean out of the air. So if there's anything that I mean, pretty much if you can touch it, you want to put Vaseline on it. This way you're kind of trying to do your best to waterproof it. Yeah, and my 3090, I've already repadded and 3 thermal pasted. Its only other solution is going to be copper modding, water blocking, or it just comes out here in the living room so that it's in climate control. I hate to do it that way, but that card originally was out here, and I never really had any issues. It wasn't until I put it in there. It's not happy. And that's just putting it mildly. So, yeah, I'm actually, and it's funny how I'm just fighting just the one, and I know what it is. Just because I fought it before. As soon as it got a little toasty in the room, that 3090 is like, yeah, quit. So I might have to swap a ruler a little bit out here, get it running for the night. Oh. But yeah, I mean the 3090s though, I think is a better value proposition, hands down, price wise, and well, I mean they're basically going to be the same price. So I mean, it's going to be one of those things of whichever one's the better that you can get your hands on for the better deal. If you're wanting to do the 3090 route, you can't go wrong. I would steer away a little bit from the TI just because of the power usage. I've been watching other people; they can't get the power to really come down too much, so you're going to spend more money on the card to really not have much more performance unless you're willing to deal with the heat. So, yeah, and it's like, and I took flack about this whenever I saw the 3090 come out, and I was just like kind of going through the specs on there, and I was like, man, no, this is not going to happen. Other than that, it really has, I mean, for mining wise, updating the mine, fighting with the electric company trying to get power down up over there. So once we get all that situated, we'll have some more updates because I need to get my machinery down there Otherwise, I got to start thinking of provisions to start getting more airflow in my room, which can be done. I've got plenty of more without making any huge alterations. So it's just more or less taking out the existing windows and then putting in some more fans. 2 more fans in there, opening up the tops of all the windows that I have there. Oh my God. Oh, talk about the airflow. I'd have no issues. So yeah. Fun stuff always dealing with. We should have been like up and rolling with the mining facility already. I should have already been down there and back up here going, yay, everything's running. Damn it, my rig is down again. Ah! I told you, I'm fighting this stuff. I'm fighting it. And it's only because it's warm and I know which card it is. This XC3, this junk is a 3090. I'll make it work now. I will make it work. All right. So, in utter news, really hasn't been too much that I've been paying attention to. I know that Mikkel kind of gets involved with the a lot of the DeFi stuff and some of the speculative mining aspect of it. I pretty much have been just kind of rolling hard on Ethereum because, yeah, they're never going to go to proof of stake. I mean, well, shouldn't say never. There was, so Bitsby Trippin thinks that it's either going to be the end of this year for where they are project-wise. Because, you know, Bitsby Trippin, he knows how a lot of this stuff, the process behind releasing new code and launching it. So he thinks that it's going to be a little bit later on this year, coming into next year. At the beginning of next year, they should have that live, he's thinking. So whether we like it or not, proof of stake might be coming. I still say that it probably won't. I think that there are too many issues. I think there's more that needs to be done on there, and as they stress test it in testnet, I think it's just going to open up the insecurity behind what they're trying to rush out. So I mean, it's like, it's hard to say. Everybody's been, well, when is it going to be done mining? And I'm like, guys, there's more than one thing to be mined, which is true. Yes, Ethereum is the most profitable right now. And even that's been kind of like weirdly fluctuating. And it don't matter how stable my rigs are, I've been watching profitability come down. Yeah, we've been watching a lot of price movement and stuff like that. But overall, I think that there's a lot of people are trying to get that last little bit of mining in. So you're kind of watching a little bit of an uptick also of difficulty without actually, like, let me check difficulty, y'all. We are over a petahash network hash rate, guys. And there has been times where it's been 1.12 petahash. It's like, that is crazy. No, we're not nowhere near Bitcoin, but we're not at the same value proposition as Bitcoin either. So I mean, I'm not sure where Ethereum will be if it does happen to go to proof of stake. Let's say beginning in next year. Let's say it's done deal, gonna happen. You got to start thinking to yourself at this point, if you had to take a hit, and you were gonna, and this also kind of ties in with, utilizing a 3090 Ti for more wattage, right? So what if I'm looking at that I pay a higher than above average national electric rate? Let's say you're at 12 cents a kilowatt hour, 15 cents a kilowatt hour. You're in California at 24 cents a kilowatt hour, right? You're going to want to utilize the most efficient hash rate equipment, period. You've got to think of, can you get yourself efficient enough to put yourself back into profitability even after a nasty bear market? And then 2, would you have been better off just taking what you would have allowed for the electric bill and just put that into Bitcoin or whatever altcoin you're wanting to get into? What's going on up over here? Oh, I got this splitter from Ubit. Played with it, no success. Put it in the PCIe slot 1. If you can't get more than one card to be enabled through a Ubit 4-way splitter, then you need to make sure that that's enough to get yeah, you got to enable 4G encoding on there. If it doesn't have that in the BIOS, then you got to look at a different motherboard, because then you can't put the above 4G encoding puts the motherboard into server mode basically, and will open up all the PCIe lanes. Even whack it down if you have to go in there and go to PCIe Gen, and if it's a Gen, put it to Gen 3 PCIe. Sometimes if it's got Gen 4 capability on there, it will auto detect even if you do it, but you're trying to tell it to stop looking at it as 4th gen, and it will revert back to 3rd gen or below. So that's the other thing that I have seen people have to do from time to time. Crypto. It's like, I got an ASIC in my fridge. Who doesn't? I thought that's normal. Kraken. It should. Any newer modern motherboard, they all have PCIe detection on there, and you should be able to play with that. So it's there has to be a setting you're missing. AMD's stuff, unless I've got ATI, I got small form factor boards that I'm mining on. No, there's a setting somewhere. You're just not used to seeing it. And without having your board here in front of me to be able to go, hey, you go here, 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 here. Because I don't have every motherboard out there to be able to navigate BIOS and set them all up. You know, I'd love to be able to test on everything, but my budget's only so big. So big. It's so tiny. So poquito. Yeah, Golden, for sure. It's definitely a settings. I've never seen a motherboard not having PCIe gen control. And I haven't seen anything modern not have above 4G encoding. So keep looking around in there. It's there. Go through every setting and click on it and see what's there. Sometimes you must become one with the motherboard. And sometimes when you become one with the motherboard, it's because you've clicked on it. Yeah, make sure you just click on everything and open it up, and this way you can see all the options that are in there. You have to be missing it. Like, it's like a subsetting of a subsetting of a subsetting. Make sure you're in advanced settings, not the easy mode. Easy mode don't show you shit. You will either hate your motherboard or you'll become one with it. Yes, Jason, the Tiger Osborne going with the you've got to be one with the Bitcoin. That busy bit. Yeah, I don't have enough BioStar motherboards. I don't even know if I've got one. Yeah, I don't even have a BioStar. No. So I wish I could help you. I don't know their BIOS, but it's there. Even if their verbiage is different, it's there. Where'd you find mining motherboards? They're out there. What's your budget is more the question. The older, like the H110 BTC Pro mining motherboards, if you find one new, it's $300 now. Absolutely $300. Otherwise, I've been swapping over into server cases, so I've been looking at the Octominer motherboards and stuff like that. Again, you're gonna pay it $300, bro. There's no getting around it. Golden Wolf going, that one has a mining mode, needs turned on. So if you hear that, Kraken, go into the motherboard. It is in settings in there. You are missing it. Golden is verifying that there's a couple of modes that need to be turned on also. Yo, DogeLord. We got DogeLord coffee in the house, guys. Yo, got to get your brew on, guys. Buy the drip. Don't delay. Brew today. DogeLordCoffee.com. Yo, what up, Rabbit Mining? What up, what up, what up? Oh, you're guessing, looking now. Rabbit going, yeah, mining mode turned on. Yeah, I've never utilized BioStar, so I'm not sure how their settings are in there. Each manufacturer is going to have their own variated solutions. But I would almost think that if it's a mining mother, I don't think it's a mining motherboard, but right? A copy. A pasta. Yeah, so I'm mining with two. I have a gigabyte variation. Hold on, yeah. Uh, Here we go. Oh, excuse me. So I got an Asus Tough Gaming B450M Plus, which it has a 1x16 and 2x1s. And then the other one is a B550MA Pro, which is another small form factor. It's a MicroStar. That's what it comes out to. Who the hell makes MicroStar? Oh, that's a generic call out for MSI? Really? All right, so it calls it out by its that's hilarious. So both of them are MSI boards that I have. What up, Steve? So, yeah. A lot of the stuff that I have motherboard wise will either be A's. It looks like I'm like kind of going through my list of motherboards. So Asus Tough, and I've got two of those. My MS, I've got a couple of MSI boards, and then it swaps over into Intel, which those are all mining specific boards that I haven't had a touch in, God, 4 years. And been mining on Monero since they swapped over to CPU mining, and Monero's talking about forking in July. So it's their combating ASICs or FPGAs coming onto the network. It will also help remove zombie miners too that have just been, maliciously uploaded onto somebody else's stuff. So it should, they call that zombie mining. So it's a different kind of setup on the software where if it sees usage, it'll go into dormant mode. And then whenever you are supposed to, be walking away, it'll fire up the miner when it doesn't see activity on the CPU for X amount of time. It'll fire back up and start mining again. But after July, if those people do not update the viruses and send it out and have a way to be able to send it out, a lot of those miners are going to come off the network once again. So crypto leech mining, yeah. So I think that over once that happens, I think we're going to see a downtick in difficulty on Monero, which will, for anybody who's legitimately mining it on purpose, you'll be a little bit more profitable for a small amount of time until all those malicious actors once again rewrite everything, re-upload it, yada 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 yada. So definitely take advantage of those cycles whenever it does happen. It will transmit into Satoshi stacked. Mining shits for bits, guys. It's the name of the game. And some people are thinking the country Georgia, not the state in the United States of Georgia, might be what's driving some industry growth. They remain effectively a obvious choice for cheap electricity. But as anything else, how long will this last before the Georgia government clamps down on this of people taking advantage of the situation? It's like, I hope that everybody's doing it in proper channels if they're trying to do it at scale, and if they are doing it at home, people like that are harder to detect when it's coming out of a person's house. When you talk and starting to scale it up a little bit, then you're like, hey, wait a minute here. You're taking advantage of this. It'll really depend on how much outside money starts pouring in. Sometimes it just kind of depends on what the economic incentives are. So what I mean by that is, if the Georgia government gets good tax revenue and it's not too hardcore on the electrical grid that's already in place, then it's a net positive for everybody. So I think it could go. It depends on how much their grid can actually handle coming in with bigger miners. Will effectively shorten the life of good mining for these people if the grid is really old, that hasn't been upgraded in a very long time. Just like the United States, some of our power grid has not been updated in 50, 60, 70 years. and these tycoons do not want to put any money in. They figure everything's got power. I should never have to expand. Not equating that. Oh, people are now charging things more often. They want electric cars. They want this. Well, guess what? It's time for a 75-year-old electric grid to be revamped. It is old, antiquated, and does not work. It works as well as our logistics system in the world. You know, where it's like fucking hanging on by a thread, but the slightest catastrophe and lights out for that whole region. They patch and pray with the problems that they got. That's one of the things that I'm currently having an issue with trying to set the facility up, is that basically the power company doesn't want to pay money to upgrade, but they want to make sure that the town can upgrade with small little companies, and anything big that wants to come in that's going to create more jobs and more demand, they're now sitting there and saying no to, which is like just mind-blowing to me. If I knew I had a 3x demand increase, then I would be allocating 3x the amount of money for growth. And these electric oligarchs do not realize that this problem is not going away. It's going to continuously, and it fuck the mining aspect of it. Just in general, the way the society is going. If they don't start fucking upgrading this shit, then the electric grid is going to be what holds technology back. And like I said, this is going outside of mining. I'm talking everyday electronics. We have GPUs that, in the next generation or two are going to be pulling 1,200 watts. Imagine everybody in America running a 1,200 watt GPU. That alone, you've just tripled the power usage of the standard PC. Not over time, but instantaneously. This next gen hardware is all going to be pushing those envelopes. So these electric grid companies, they're going to have a fucking rude awakening here coming soon. Their day of reckoning is coming, where they're not going to be able to go, well, I don't want to put any more money up in here. Everybody got power, right? No, those days are over. You're almost going to need to have like a transformer for every fucking individual house, just to keep the power going the right way. Like cracking, it's like still here, working on the rig too, working on it. Hope you're being successful. Hopefully. Anybody got any comments or questions before I head up out of here? We'll see how Mikkel's doing right now. Let's see here. How you doing? Ooh. There we go. How you doing, Foo? Hopefully you're doing good. And there's like some guy trying to talk me into like moving into this area where the wind blows sideways. See how he's trying to kill me. Killed me over there. You see, I got enough gray hairs, guys. I have enough gray hairs. on the Tron network. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think of Tron. Nah, seriously. It's a basically a rich guy that's just sitting there just flashing money around. He has code that works, but yeah, Tron is like one of those companies that I don't even know that, like, do people even build on it? I'd be surprised to see people building on Tron Network still. Tron's been around for a while. It was always a joke thing. Like he would buy what he needed for Tron. If there was something that he needed, he didn't code it. He just bought it and utilized it. Yeah, Justin Sun screwed it up huge. He just sat there and just acted like a little rich bitch and thought that he could just buy his way into a successful company. Sometimes brute force like that will work. In his case, no. The code was mediocre, filled with a lot of different flaws, and he tailored his code to be, whatever the next trending thing was, whatever. What was Ethereum doing? What was Ethereum Classic doing? What was Cardano doing? That's whatever Tron was doing. It was just like, bad taste in the mouth. No. No, do not play with the PCIe latency timer ever. We do not need that to be a delay in turning on. That's what that does. You'll have a delay in your PCIe lane. And with most mining software, that delay means that it booted up without it. He needed to put in a bigger bid than Elon for Twitter. Oh God, yes. Yes.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh my God, yes. Crypto whale's like, he had to put in a bigger bid than Elon for Twitter to flash his cash. Just so that everybody knew that he too had money. You got it. You have to. Yeah, disable CSM support, yes. Damn, Golden. You go with the knowledge drop right there. Above 4G encoding, this item enables or disables a 64-bit capability devices to be decoded in above 4G addressing space. Only if the system supports 64-bit PCIe decoding. Options disabled by default /enable. Jason, that's a trick question because nobody in their right mind would ever spend their Bitcoin on Twitter. So the answer is none.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
That was legitness.
Yeah, it was, huh?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying too. Golden Wolf, change the lane gens. You can change them all the way down to Gen 1. That's what you're going to use them on. It don't matter. As long as it's plugged in, it's going to look at it as Gen 1. Auto just means that it'll auto-detect it. Sometimes, like I said, if it's got a Gen 4 PCIe on there, Gen 4 likes to argue with Gen 3, 2, and 1. So you've got to set it manually sometimes for it to go, I see what you're talking about now, boss. From his user. Golden's saying that he's just reading your manual for your mobile. That means it's there. Satoshi Nakamoto would never have wanted to buy Twitter. I think he would have. Yeah, no. Nobody in their right mind would want to own Twitter. Twitter is in the beginning stages of going, we want to be woke. So in order to go woke, you got to go broke. So you've got to basically bury yourself into the ground with no disregard for anything else other than your viewpoint. And that's what Twitter's about to do. We are watching the death of a company in real time. The pre-builds don't do anything special with the BIOS on there. It's not like they put custom. Typically, don't put custom BIOSes on them. Typically, pre-builds just off-the-shelf shit if they're good. Slap it in there. This way, nothing's proprietary. Gives you upgradability, basically, at the end of the day. So, has anybody else got any other comments or questions before I head up out of here, guys? We're going to try to keep this down to the 1 hour marker. So, if anybody's got any, let's see here. He's like, oh, gravy. Some power flashes, but they're still moving through. So Mikel is still alive, guys. After this 1 hour, he's still alive. I think he's good. He's in Tornado Alley. God throws tornadoes down his alleyway, like it's nothing. So nobody's got any other comments or questions? Alrighty. We need 3 more hours worth of Nemesis. What I can give you is some gaming on Twitch. I could do that. I could do it on No, I don't have the access to DCA one. But I could do it on Crypto and Hot Rods, which is my personal channel. And I have a Twitch account, which is where I'm going to be pushing all of my gaming over here myself, because YouTube's not nice about gamers. I could probably do like an hour on my YouTube channel, and then I got to swap over to Twitch for the remainder, because, yeah. Golden's like, Twitch. Kraken, no, I don't have any links fired up. I'll be honest. This was like a random plug. So, you know, crypto and hot rods, names right there. So that's my Twitch account. Same thing on YouTube is on Twitch. I tried to make it easy for anybody to be able to go, oh, he's over there. You know, so post a link. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Go to my channel here. Copy. And pasta. There you guys go. Put it in there 3 times for you guys. Yo. That's my personal Twitch account, guys. Where I do a lot. I do gaming up on there from time to time. Not all the time, but definitely hit the like and all that good stuff. I will be getting a racing simulating steering wheel here soon. And I'll be posting some content down on the Twitch side a little bit here and there. Probably do a little bit on YouTube side, give both sides a little bit of that love. Yo. And dropping the FAs in the chat. Yo, guys, definitely drop the FA in the chat before I head up out of here. Definitely smash that lizardy like button, guys. Because to you, all you awesome motherfuckers, you are all rated F for fucking awesome. Awesome. And stay tuned during the week. We got Jay the Weatherman with the Bitcoin weather forecast going on. We got Mikkel going on with that DeFi degen stuff. He's got some of that gaming too. Maybe we'll start associating some of the gaming side of it and pushing it over onto Twitch. This way we can do longer streams on there, do a little bit more informational on DCA side, and then for the game side, we transfer over on the Twitch side. We're still trying to work out how we're going to do the logistics on all of that. But you guys got my Twitch. Definitely check it out. And then then pretty much that's all that we got going on during the week. Yeah. I don't think there was anything else. Nope. That's all good. So definitely, guys, smash that lizard like button. If you are new here, make sure you hit the bell notification. Check out the Discord if you have not already. It is free, guys, to join the Discord. Hang out with all of us. Awesome people. Be able to ask your questions, all that good stuff. And if you would like to get some of that behind-the-scenes knowledge or some of that VIP access to the family mind, guys, you got to join the Patreon. Links are always down below. And with that, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Yo, peace. And of course, for our man, stay savage.